I'm joined now by the CEO of the New Zealand Rugby League, Mr. Phil Holden, about the Four Nations hostings and the cities that have picked up those rights for the Four Nations coming up at the end of the year. But first, Phil, in your role as the CEO of the New Zealand Rugby League, how do you think the furore over what's happened at the Warriors over the last couple of days, do you think that's going to have a positive and negative effect on rugby league in Aotearoa?
Good afternoon, Darcy. It's good to speak to you again. Look, I think that I don't think it would be inappropriate for me to offer any comment on what's happening at the Warriors. And I think I'll just leave it at that.
Right, okay, so you've not been drawn in by the NRL or by the Warriors at all in your role as the CEO of NZ Rugby League?
No.
Okay, short, sharp and sweet. Let's get on to the Four Nations hosting Whangarei, Dunedin and Wellington. They've got the opportunities to show they're ready for the Rugby League World Cup in 2017. So how did you come up with those three centres as being the host venues for the Four Nations?
Well, basically, we went to market and put a tender out, and through a process of reasonably robust evaluation, we ended up where we've ended up with the three cities you've just spoken about. We're pretty excited about the opportunities that all three of them will bring, and given that we're co-hosting the World Cup here in 2017, we're very keen to extend the reach of the Kiwi brand across the country. That was a major requirement and request from central government in terms of supporting us if they were to around the Rugby League World Cup. So we're going to test that the Four Nations to a certain degree, but the Kiwis have never been to Whangarei. I think the public up there will jump on board that as an event. The Kiwis have never been in Dunedin, but I think that the fact that we'll be playing England down there, a repeat of the Wembley semi-final from last year, I suspect that will generate a fair amount of interest. And then, of course, Wellington hosting the final, which has never been hosted in New Zealand before, is significant.
Did these centres lure you in any way, shape or form to come to their town?
No, I said that, we put an RFP out to market and we had a number of responses, and these three were really compelling and also, appealed on a number of levels. As I said, we've never been to Whangarei, we've never been to Dunedin, and Wellington's got the opportunity to host the final. So I think the consumer and the fans and sporting fans in all three of those cities are going to jump on board this fantastic event.
What are your expectations from the three venues? Are you expecting full sellouts for each of these? When you get to the end of it, we talk about these corporate buzzwords, KPIs. What are they for these three test matches?
Well, I want them to be well represented. I think that certainly we'd be looking for a good crowds at all three of them. And I think they'll all be quite different. I think Whangarei will appeal to a broader family mix, and the nature of that particular facility and that town, I think that we'll have a big footprint in there during the course of the week as the lead up. So, I'm expecting a good crowd there. I think Dunedin, it's a premier facility. As I said, it's going to be a repeat of last year's World Cup semi-final. And I think that probably in the context of the Four Nations competition, this will be the pivotal game, quite probably, for the Kiwis, because it could determine the winner of that going through to the final, which will be in Wellington.
I'm presuming Wellington got the final. Sorry, Phil, I'm presuming Wellington got the final because that's the biggest venue and that's where you're expecting the biggest crowd. So that goes there. But is there any reason England goes to Dunedin and either Fiji or Samoa goes to Whangarei? Is that just based on the expected amount of fans who are going to turn up?
Well, look, that obviously played a part in the selection of the venues. We felt that the English Kiwi game, had a natural home in Dunedin, and then that the either Fiji Samoa game against the Kiwis in Whangarei had the right sort of fit and flavour for that particular community. So we were reasonably strategic about the decisions that we made. But at the end of the day, I think that all three of those fixtures are going to be well supported.
Tickets are going to go on sale next month. What kind of price point are we looking at?
Still working through that, but we're not too far away from that. And but they'll be well accessible from a value perspective.
No games, Phil Holden, for the Auckland fan base, which is probably the league stronghold, I suppose you'd say, in New Zealand. Reasoning behind that?
Well, we're thinking further ahead there, Darcy, and we've got the French coming here next year, and we've obviously been working quite hard in terms of securing the Anzac Test in 2015. So we had our sights set on that being played, hopefully at Eden Park in Auckland. So again, that was part of the overall thinking, so that we were taking very much a 2-year view of the games that we were playing over the next couple of years here. And I have to say that from a Kiwi perspective, it's probably the richest period of local activity by the Kiwis for a number of years. So, that's pretty exciting as well.
And for Whangarei, Dunedin and Wellington, so that they can show they're ready, but providing they do, what other opportunities are there for other centres to put their hand up to host some of these games in the 2017 World Cup?
Well, we've got France coming at the end of 2015, so there's clearly going to be some need for some facilities there, so that I think that presents another opportunity.
So the Christchurches of this world and the like,
Christchurches, exactly, yep.
All right, and with that, Phil, we wish you farewell. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Darcy. Good talking to you again. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Phil. Have a good day, mate. See you later.
You too. Cheers. Bye-bye.